Hello everyone. Once again, I'm going to ask really quickly if you guys would like me to change my schedule for the show. I know trying to keep up daily 7 days a week is going to be kind of tough for people in that there are going to be slow patches and then high patches and so forth. And that was a truck. But I just wanted to know your opinion on it. If you want me to slow it down a couple days a week, 1 day a week, whatever. But that's it for now, and welcome to the Ghost Rider Vlog. Today's episode, we're talking about issue number 22. Going to the cover, blazing action as our Hellspawn hero battles his newest, deadliest foe. Nobody beats the Enforcer. I know jack squat about the Enforcer. They seem to be kind of hinting that maybe he's appeared before, but obviously he hasn't appeared in this book before, and this is pretty much the only place I would directly know of him. The Enforcer is an interesting looking character on this cover. A nice black and white outfit. He seems to be shooting a beam at the Rider. The Rider's face is a little odd, but the rest of this cover works pretty well. Which also reminds me, I haven't been talking about the art too much lately. The artwork in the books has been doing a little bit better than the last, say... Over the last couple books, I would say, the last 2 or 3 books, it's been doing relatively better than, say, the previous 5 or 6 or so. It seems like they kind of had like a temporary artist for a little while and then went back to somebody else. And again, the cover's a little wonky, but I honestly can forgive it. It's by no means the worst thing we've seen. So this story. This story, for whatever reason, starts off with the police chasing after the Ghost Rider again. As if the police, by this point, especially in LA, would know better than to try and chase the fucking Ghost Rider. Me oh my. Anyway, the Ghost Rider is once again on the chase. He manages to elude the police, and after a couple of them get a little closer than most, they do realize that the Skullface is not a mask. Duh. And that the bike is made out of practically pure hellfire here, because it's flaming out of every bloody corner of it. So, yeah, I would think that person riding a bike that's literally on fire from every direction wouldn't be able to sit in it for very long, much less be seen on it with leather outfit and a flaming skull mask, but maybe that's just me. Nah. Anyway... he spooks them off and manages to get away from them. He goes back to the set as usual and actually manages to get some decent filming done for once in this book. Apparently he's been able to do it at least a couple of times here and there, but they haven't focused on it for us, but they happen to focus on it here for a little bit. And then he's asked to come into the studio manager's office, to which he's kind of like, well, that's weird. Most of the stunt actors never get to even see the nice little office the head man has around here. And sure enough, as soon as he wanders in, the police are after him because they've known for a long time that Johnny Blaze and the Ghost Rider are the same person, and that he's really done nothing to try and hide his identity, to be honest. He manages to give the police a slip, telling them that they can come after him once they actually have something to actually nab him for, and then makes a break for it. He calls up Roxanne, and she also mentions the fact that the police have been checking her out and looking for Johnny for whatever reason. He then asks for any more information about why the eel was hired by the studio, to which she wasn't able to give much other than the fact that it was the boss's direct decision to hire the guy. So Johnny's like, well, it's not much to go on because there could have been legit reasons for it too. But let's have some snooping anyways, just to have an eye on things. And sure, actually, by accident, he manages to will himself to become the rider. So not only does he become the rider when there's trouble, but he can now also will it when he needs it. And it was his first attempt at it, so it apparently must be something that he can at least, when he notices that he's going to be in trouble, he might be able to summon it on his own. We're not entirely sure yet. We'd have to have a few more chances at him changing first. Anyway, he goes to check out the studio manager's building, and sure enough, out of the building comes a number of guys, including a man in a trench coat, which would be the Enforcer trying to hide his costume. The Ghost Rider then follows them, and they leave into San Francisco, and that's another truck. The Ghost Rider follows them, and he's led out into San Francisco into the military docks, where they have a whole bunch of battleships and submarines, and apparently it's the Enforcer's idea to try and sink all of these ships for who knows, whatever reason. But as they begin to open fire on the local guards with the gangs that he has been able to take over in LA, the Ghost Rider comes up behind the gang members and knocks them all out. And taking very little effort from the hell-powered hero of ours. He then proceeds to follow after the Enforcer shortly after he has already sunk his first boat. He gives chase to the Enforcer. The Enforcer has tried to shoot at him at least a couple of times and narrowly missed every time. Mostly, again, due to the fact that our hero here is very light on his feet and on his wheels, and being that it's a magically based bike, I can kind of see where it'll be faster than what most people would expect. Not to mention that its rider is a very skilled motorist. So he knows not only the limits of a normal bike, but he also knows what all he can do with a magical, overpowered bike, too. He manages to chase the Enforcer and manages to knock him off the docks, but sends both of them plummeting into the water. While struggling, the Enforcer loses his ring, which he's been using to shoot these lasers, but both of them come up at different points of the dock and can't find one another, and so the fight, for now, has ended. I don't know why, but I keep trying to yawn today. Anyway, the battle is done for now. Again, the artwork has been pretty good again lately. The story has been moving along quite nicely and quite quick for each of these particular issues. And we are still doing once every 2 months an issue, so each year is about six books so far. And this will not change until we hit 1980, which we are only a couple of years away from in the actual run of the book. So, we have introduced the Enforcer. We will see how things go with that, and I will see you all next time.